Dear Kathy, it's with great pleasure I have the chance today to present to you CARE's Farmer Feed and Business School approach, the one that we refer to as FFBS internally. My name is Hiba, and I am the Scaling Up FFBS Program Manager at CARE. FFBS builds on FAO Farmer Feed School approach. What is unique about FFBS is that it does not only focus on the production stage, but it starts from the preparation all the way up to post-harvesting and access to markets. It is composed of mainly of 6 components, and these include sustainable agriculture practices, food and nutrition security, farmers' access to market, gender equality, group empowerment, and participatory monitoring and evaluation. And these 6 components were reflected in the response of our farmers when we asked them to share with us what would be the added value of FFBS. So they answered with a drawing similar to this one. They said, in order for a bicycle to be very functional, then all of its components should be working all together in a good way. And for them, FFBS components are very similar to a bicycle component. If any of them is missing, then the results will not be as strong, sustainable, and transformational as they are currently seeing in their lives. And for us, we started to work with the farmers to track the impact. And we saw that it is going beyond the individual or the group level. But we started to see that it is actually influencing many other levels. And this is what we have, what we are tracking in our systems, in our meal and evidence building systems. And if you can imagine with me a ripple effect of different circles of where we look to track that impact, we start in the center with individual farmers, where we look at their capacities, their competencies, and then we look at their families and the household. So we track what was the impact of having FFBS as an approach on their livelihood, resilience, nutrition. The bigger circle would be on the group itself, farmers groups who go through FFBS approach. What was the impact on their access to information, extension, and even access to inputs? The bigger circle would go to the community. What is the level of influence that these FFBS farmers groups are actually introducing to the community level? The bigger circle would be on national level. And this is where we look at how this is influencing market actors and governments. What are the contracts that the farmers are attaining, the prices that they are getting, and what are the policies that are changing, influencing access of farmers to extension, to inputs, and even to regulate the markets. And finally, currently what we are trying to do is not only to track the impact from the individual to the national level, but even to the global level. Because we started to see that even those who created the approach, like FAO, Farmers Field School approach, they started to pick up on the learnings and the impact that is attained by FFBS with these layers that were added in the 6 components, including, for instance, gender transformative approaches and the participatory monitoring and evaluation. And with all of that evidence that we are gathering, and that the way that we know that FFBS is actually working on the ground, what we are aspiring to do is to expand our program to 20 new countries. And with the expansion, we don't only look at the geographic expansion, but also we are trying to expand with different sectors. So currently we are focusing, so far the focus was implemented on the crops production. What we are trying to do is to really expand to livestock, to fisheries, to forestry, and not only on the level of the sectors, but we are also trying to adapt our approaches to fit with certain populations. And this includes refugees, indigenous people, internally displaced people, and even youth. And we know that this is coming in a very timely manner, where it ties and aligns with CARE response to climate change risks and also to the global hunger crisis. So far, what we were able to introduce in collaboration with research institutes, affordable, organic, sustainable techniques that actually build on the traditional and contextual knowledge in our targeted countries. And this actually explains why the farmers were picking up and adopting what we are promoting as practices, where we could see that this reached up to 70% in certain countries. And what we are trying to integrate and already managed to integrate in many countries within our FFBS modules and curriculums, practices that are related to increasing soil health and fertility, for instance, through rational use of pesticides, crop rotation, tillage management, organic fertilizers, and even promoting alternative fertilizers like compost, enhancing the production quality and quantity through integrating post-harvesting techniques and waste management techniques. And of course, with doing all of that, we try to build a resilient ecosystem that is adapted to climate change risks and also, unfortunately, man-made risks like conflict and fragile settings, where we focus on resources management, for instance, access to drought-tolerant seeds, balanced drip irrigation, water harvesting techniques, and even in certain contexts, flood control techniques. In November, we had the chance to interact with amazing women producers in India. One of them is Lata, from specifically Gujarat, and she is a livestock producer. When we were approaching her, I asked her one specific question. She can give us recommendations or advices on how to make this approach better and what we should do in order to enhance the results. With a big smile on her face, she responded to me, just you know what, reach out to our women producers. I hope I had the chance to give you a little bit of information on the approach. Please do not hesitate to contact us for further information, or even if you want, I can share with you the slides I have used in this presentation. I wish you a very happy new year and a very happy holiday season, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you so much for this chance.